Well, my final day of work is over, and it was a pretty weird day. It started off with me getting an email that said there's not really a lot of things for you to do today. Just make sure, like, any documentation you've been working on for the handover process is up to date and completed, and then that's pretty much it. So yeah, there wasn't a great deal of work to do for my final day. I did manage to find some other tasks to work on, even though I hadn't been asked to work on them. I just thought I'd do them anyway because, to be perfectly honest, if someone's paying me to do a job, I sort of feel guilty just sitting there doing nothing. So I did what I could and made sure as best as I could that any loose ends, any tasks that I was working on that hadn't yet finished were finished, and I just left everything in the as tidy as possible in the sort of best way I could have left it. Normally I have 2 daily meetings in the mornings. Well, no, sorry, it's in the mornings in the UK. It's evening for me, and the first meeting is just like a meeting with all of my team, where we just sort of say what we'd be working on during the day. And I just said something along the lines of, I'll be working on this for the final time. And I thought a few people might say, what, oh yeah, it's your last day today, so, have a nice time, or not a nice time, good luck for the future and all that kind of stuff. But no, nothing was mentioned at all. Well, I thought that's a bit odd. But anyway, I later on had my meeting with my client, and they were quite nice to me. They were saying thank you for all of your hard work, and pointed out some areas that they thought that I'd done particularly well in, and helped them a lot. So yeah, that was quite nice. And then after that, I thought I should, I didn't want to leave, without saying goodbye or anything like that at all. So I thought I should just post a message in the group chat channel that everyone can see. So I just said, it's my final day today. So thanks for everything, and all the best for the future, or something like that. Just short message. And then quite a few people responded, and some people seemed to be quite surprised. So later I found out that most of the people there didn't actually know I was leaving. And I don't know why. I mean, I'm the only one in the company who's been working fully remotely. So I don't really go in the office. It's quite far away, 6,000 miles away back in the UK. So I don't really go in too often. But even so, I would have thought that news like this for an employee who's been working for the company for 5 years might have actually spread around a little bit, but apparently not. And I find that a bit odd, because when people have left us before, there's always been a message posted, so and so will be leaving at the end of the month, and then everyone's wrote messages and of thanks and such to that person. But when I leave, I don't get the same treatment for some reason. It's just no one actually knows that I'm leaving. And if I didn't say anything in that public chat channel, people just wouldn't have known what had gone on. Just on Monday, I wouldn't have been in the meeting. And I suppose people might have thought, I think Chris is ill today. And then it would have carried on to the Tuesday and the Wednesday and so on. And I bet they would have thought he must be really ill. He's been off all week now. So I'm not sure at what point they would have realised, maybe he's not coming back. So yeah, I don't know. A bit weird to me. It's not the way that I expected things to happen. But I don't know. I guess my boss or manager has reasons for not telling everyone, or maybe they've just been incredibly busy and forgot. I don't know. I suppose it was a bit weird because right at the end, we weren't 100% sure when the final date was going to be, because it was due to be the end of this month, and then the client said, can we extend it another week? So I suppose maybe maybe people in my company didn't tell anyone in case it was extended another week or something like that. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the reason might have been. Perhaps it was something like that. Who knows? But anyway, after that, I wrote a few messages to some people and exchanged, like telephone numbers or accounts to keep in touch with each other. And that was pretty much it. I did message my boss, and I didn't receive any response at all. I have no idea what's going on there. I can't remember if I've explained before, but my boss was actually someone that I've known for a long time. I met him in college, so, before university. So I have known him for many, many years. I'm not sure why he was unable to message. I can only imagine he must have been really busy. But I'm not sure. I sort of wonder if maybe I've done something to upset him. I can't think what that would have been. I haven't said anything offensive or anything like that. But a bit of a strange thing. My line manager got in touch with me and said thanks for all your hard work and so on. And I said thanks to him for all the support over the years, the 5 years that I've been working there. Oh yeah, and I remember he said, thanks for the hard work over the few years you've been working here. And I replied, yes, thank you for all your support over the 5 years that I've been working here. It's funny, isn't it, how sometimes people don't, they aren't specific about how long you've been working there. Maybe he didn't know. I don't know. But it's sort of devalues things a bit when people don't even know how long you've been at the company. But I am fully remote, so I suppose from their point of view, I'm just I don't really exist. Anyway, I will have to contact my boss at some point in the future. I've done an extra 1 week, and I still need to send an invoice for that 1 week, so I'll be doing that at the end of the month, and then that's it. It's all over, as far as I know. I did mention that, whilst I'm looking for another job, I'll try and do some freelance work just to keep a bit of money in. I don't know how realistic that's going to be, because freelance work normally takes some time to build up, a list of clients and so on. And yeah, it's hard finding the work. Probably even more so now I'm on a different time zone. So I'm not entirely sure it's going to work out, but I'll give it a go either way. And like I said, I mentioned that to my boss, and I said, if you've got any extra work, any what work that you don't have the capacity to take on, then I'd be happy to take a look at it. Again, don't know if anything's going to become of that, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. But yes, it does indeed look like that's the end of 5 years, which was a bit of a weird feeling. It's just strange to have a routine, the same routine that you do 5 days a week over many years, and then all of a sudden it's just gone. And now it's the day after, so the last day was yesterday, and it's weird. It's a bit hard to believe. It's I don't have a job now, and it's unusual getting used to that. I mean, it's Easter now anyway, so I normally would be on holiday, and I'm going to treat this as a holiday. I'm going to have a nice long weekend break. So, it's 4 days in total, the Easter break. So I'm going to treat it as that, have a nice rest. And then come Tuesday, it's figure out what to do in the future day. Looking for jobs. I can work on the podcast more now. Lots of free time to do that. But then again, my daughter's due to be born any second now. Well, not any second now, but I mean, it could be. Well, it could be today. It could be now. It could start whenever. So there's a good chance that I might not get that holiday after all. Or maybe I will, but then shortly after it'll be, all of the crazy busy time that comes with a newborn coming into the house. So I'm really looking forward to that, and that's very nice to have this time off for that. Although I did actually book 2 weeks off work. We get like 2 weeks of parental leave, which is like 2 weeks of holiday that's sort of separate from the normal days that you'd normally get off work, and it's just something that parents, new parents, can get. So I had booked that, and I was going to take a nice long holiday, but I'm going to be taking an extra nice long holiday now that my work is finished. So yes, over the coming days, I'm just going to try and let it all sink in. Get used to the fact that I don't have a job anymore. I've got to get rid of the old routine, and I've sort of got to try and throw the old things out of my brain. So at the moment, I've got like loads of knowledge that I've stuffed into my brain about the last project I was working on, and I don't know the ins and outs of it, how it worked, and all that kind of stuff. Don't need that information anymore. So I should try and like just throw it out, throw it out of my mind, get rid of it, clear it out, and make space for some new stuff perhaps. Anyway, at this point in time, I would say I'm feeling hopeful, I suppose. I think just before, as soon as I got the news that I had like 1 month left at work, I wasn't that hopeful at all, to be honest. I was thinking, oh my God, what a situation to be in. A new baby on the way. I've got to support a family, and then I'm losing my job. So lots of stress. That's still there in the background, but I think I've had more time to get used to the idea now, to prepare myself mentally for the idea now. So yeah, I'm a bit more hopeful, but just got to see what happens really. So I'll keep you updated and let you know how it's going on. There are many options open to me, from finding remote work again to maybe working in Japan, although I'm sure I've mentioned before, I'm not keen on the idea of that. Maybe part-time work in Japan. I didn't know if that could work out. I don't know. I'm going to have to keep my mind open to different possibilities and then just see what happens. So, yeah, fingers crossed. Okay, thanks for listening, and until next time, bye-bye.